Morning to talk about the importance of health assurance, and even though it's not as sexy as a beautiful sunrise,
right.
Craig, well, you make it sound good.
Thanks.
So because we do know in the state of California now there is a penalty if you do not have health insurance.
There is. It's $800 for an adult, $400 per child, or 2.5% of your income, whichever is higher. So if you don't have health insurance, you have till the end of the month, the 31st on Tuesday, to get it. If you don't get it, and you go more than 3 months without health insurance, then there's a penalty. There's some exceptions to it. During the year, you could buy health insurance if it's not more than 60 days between what you had and what you're getting. Also, if you work for a company like you work here, and it costs more than 9.12% of your income for health insurance, it's considered unaffordable, and you can then go to Covered California and get health insurance, because normally you can't go to Covered California if your employer offers it.
Right.
But it's an exception to it. You know, if you're making $5,000 a month, and you're going to pay more than $456 a month for health insurance, it's unaffordable. You can go to Covered California, get a subsidy. And, you know, we've been helping people. We had a woman who was making 20 grand a year, and it cost her nothing to get health insurance through Covered California. We had a family of 4 making $85,000 a year, and they were spending like $400 a month for health insurance through Covered California because of all the subsidies. So there's a lot of ways to get health insurance at a very inexpensive price. And it's just something you need to be aware of, because if you don't get it by the end of the month, you can't buy it this year unless you lose coverage, such as divorce, lost your job, maybe just moved to California. That would be a qualifying event. But just saying, hey, I didn't buy insurance, or I let my insurance lapse because I didn't have the money, that is not a qualifying event. So it's important to understand that you need to get it. If you don't know which plan is best, have a conversation with us. You had a baby last year, so your need for health insurance was probably a lot more than maybe it will be this year. So maybe last year you went and said, hey, we're going to get a really rich plan so it won't cost us much to have a baby. And this year you're going, I don't think we're going to have a child in 2023. So
that's a definite no, Craig. Yeah, so I mean, it really is depending on what's going on in your life.
Exactly.
And I think you allude to the options, and there are so many options, and I think that's where a lot of people may get overwhelmed. But if you go to an insurance agent like yourself, it's really, you guys know it forward and backwards, so you can just break it down for people.
We do, and we can sit there, and we're outside looking in, and you're going to tell us, hey, you know, what are you going to have done in 2023? And if a woman said to me, well, I'm pregnant, well, we're going to look at a different type of plan. Also, there's a big difference now between now and before Obamacare started, and that is, where are your doctors? Are they in the Scripps network, Sharp network? Are they Kaiser? And then we're going to design a plan in that to give you a great plan and also save you money. Because the big key is we want to educate you, we want to save you money, and make sure you get the right plan for you and your family. And especially when you have, you know, kids like you have, they each may have a different doctor, so you want to make sure all the doctors are in the network and the plan you pick will take care of that. A lot of people just go, oh, what's the cheapest? And they'll spend more time planning a vacation than they will plan to get good health insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there is a way to keep your doctor, even if you're switching plans or you go to Covered California, you can still have that as an option. There
are a lot of options inside Covered California and outside Covered California. So what we try and do is get the basic information. How much you're making a year? How many in your family? Who are the doctors you like to see? The first question I asked a woman is, who's your primary doctor if you want to go to a doctor tomorrow? She said, oh, I see Dr. Jones. Great. Is he a Scripps, Sharp, Kaiser? What kind of doctor? And then we start looking at plans like that. Or they may say, well, I go to one doctor. I go to Scripps. My husband goes to Sharp. The kids go to Rady's. And now we got to find one that covers all of them, and that's what we end up doing.
And so now you have people at home sitting there going, well, how much are you going to take, Craig, for this service? And you say,
it costs, in California, it's illegal for any health insurance agent to charge a fee. We're just like the hospitals and doctors. We get paid by the insurance company. Right. If someone says, oh, I'll review your insurance, even if it's Medicare, it's illegal. We can't do it. You don't want to, you know, you just want to run away if someone says that. But that's how we get paid, and we're just here to help you.
Yeah, it's really important for people to know. Craig, as always, love having you. Thanks for the wealth of information, and I know it's a busy month ahead for you, so
it is.
Godspeed.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after the break. It is 6